joining us here, and want to welcome you to the program.
Thank you very much.
It was cool that you guys are helping us out and going to be joining us.
We want to learn from you and hopefully inform everybody else what's going on.
Because you have a different way of doing business over at Fidelity, don't you?
Well, we want to know the client we're going to work with, and we want to get what the client's benefit is, so we have to talk. We're not a phone people. We're not just a phone. We try to work with the builders all the way from the dirt all the way back for the homeowner to moving in the house.
Because that's your specialty, is when it comes to construction.
New construction, we're probably 12% of the market. Basically customs, helping people choose where they want, the neighborhoods, the area. The biggest thing about it is people want a new home, but they don't know exactly where to go, where the school districts are going to be, and all the other things. So we have piles and piles of background stuff for them to look.
So besides just money, you have the information as well to go along with it.
We're more like a system rather than a lender.
All right. Now, Justin, you also have a company, a home building company.
Correct. Clarity Construction. I started it in 2008. Rick gave me, I actually started my company in September of 2008, and the market crashed on the 27th, so it was a good time to start.
What kind of builder are you then?
I'm a high-end custom builder, 500 and up. Rick actually gave me my first loan in 2010 for the Home Show Expo that was in West Des Moines, and I got Best of Show that year.
There you go.
His first house wins the Best of Show.
So that's a good start then, isn't it? Yeah, you think he's on the right track.
I made a good judgment there.
Rick told me yes when about 10 other banks told me no. So Rick was a big part of my company's success.
Why is that, Rick? What did you see in him that made you want to say
he was accountable. He was accountable. He had a long-term background in the industry working for a large builder. He knew the ins and outs, and everybody that worked underneath him respected he was going to be there, and he had a follow-up. The clients that he worked with loved him. We just don't say yes. We want to know we're working with people. We know what they did the last 5 houses, and we call the clients. We'd like to know there's no surprises. And everybody that's ever worked with him recommends him, and that is very unusual in our industry for every home to be happy with the builder after it's done a year later or 2 years later.
Right. Okay, so your first one went well. What about the latest one?
Fantastic. Actually, my one of my latest ones is in Glen Oaks, $2 million house for Jim and Carlene Waters, indoor pool, and some of the nicest people I've ever met. They're fantastic.
Indoor pool in somebody's house.
Yes, yeah. My kids love it. They invited us over, and my kids got to swim in it, and they're fantastic. So.
No, so is water is still a big seller when it comes to the high-end houses, having some type of water feature in the home?
Not necessarily. I try to avoid it like the plague because with all the mold and mildew issues, you know, you want to make sure that's kind of a dirty word in the building industry, so you try to avoid that stuff. We planned through this whole pool deal. We have 2 5-ton dehumidifier units in there that they can take out 5 gallons of water per hour.
Wow.
So we thought through the whole process and made sure that it's
if you do it right, it's wonderful. But
exactly.
If you cut corners on an indoor pool, you have a major problem.
Yes. Yeah.
You have the walls coming down.
What about smaller than an indoor pool? What about, like, say Jackie would probably want a soaking tub or a hot tub?
I think people. It used to be that you had to have that hot tub in the master bedroom, and I think people are fine. Everyone I talk to that have built a custom house already, they go, we don't want the tub this time because it ends up not being used. It becomes a glorified bathtub for the kids usually. They love to have that thing to turn on the jets.
Is
and
it
play
still a selling point though? When people look at homes, they say, "Hey, this has a master suite and it has a hot tub."
It depends on where you're at in the pecking order.
Yeah.
But the reality is, almost every custom house that's over 300 anymore has a really nice bathroom with a walk-in shower, sit-down shower, multiple heads.
I think I like that better.
Yeah,
the walk-in showers have become real big.
Yeah, and it's a better view. Your room's more airy and light. It's just better.
Well, let's talk about another big project you're working on right now with the retirement community. What's that all about?
We just bought into a franchise. It's called Epcon Communities. They're based out of Columbus, Ohio. And it's a 55 and older development. Our first one's going to be up in Ankeny. We plan to have a few others in the community at West Des Moines, Grimes, Waukee. We'll be starting moving dirt in September. We'll actually go vertical with units in the spring. We have a pre-sale event next Saturday, August 15th, and I've already had a bunch of calls. People are very excited about this.
What's the tripping everybody's trigger?
Well,
no
first
mowing.
Of all, it looks beautiful.
Wait, no mowing. I like that already. Okay.
There's no mowing, no snow removal. Your irrigation's taken care of. All that stuff. It's got a common clubhouse with an outdoor pool, common pool. there's events. So some of these people, some could be widows, some are husband and wives that they want to have a group that they have something to do with. There's events, so it's not just a matter of having that clubhouse. There's days when the women get together, do crafts, sewing, things like that. There could be card night organized for the men or women. They get together, watch sporting events, things like that. So it's a community of, it's not just a house, it's a beautiful home, but you have people to do things with also.
Are they interconnected or are they individual homes?
They're individual homes. EPCON does do connected units. Their research recently has shown that people prefer to have the detached units rather than attached. So each unit is your own. You have 4 outside walls, no one touches
And it's
it.
interesting you said 55 or older. You're starting at 55 rather than the traditional 65.
Correct. Yeah, it's an active living community, so I think the idea is that you still have a lot of time to be active and do the things you want to do and get rid of that maintenance and have time to do
All right,
those
so
fun
people want to
things.
get some information about this. Maybe somebody here is going, it doesn't sound too bad. Where can I get some information?
You can go to epconcommunities.com. There, you'll see a link to us in the Ankeny area. It has a map on there you can go to. And then also my number is 515-710-5085. They can call me anytime.
All right, and Rick, people want to get a hold of you. What's the easiest way to get a hold of you so you can tell them about your...
I think the easiest way is probably go online to FidelityBank.house. And we have a website there and some information. We're ready to help. If you want to, information is what we have, then you make the choices.
Okay, so you're going to be coming back and visiting with us.
I'll see you next Friday.
I was going to say, you're going to be introducing us to other great companies and people to help
it was
you
exciting.
out.
Justin's been working on what he just opened up for the last 2 years. I've been talking to him back and forth, choosing the right place. He's an absolute winner. I know it'll be a great program.
Great. We're looking forward to talking to you some more.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It is 8 o'clock. We'll be right back. You're watching Great Day Live.